told that I don't get the message. I don't care anything about but it makes a point. Look at all these wonderful brothers. Georgia salutes award, U.S. Air Force class, blah, 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 blah. Okay. The American flag, that's fine. But we have to teach the people what they can do. But we have to put this in stage by stage language. When I say stage by stage language, just like we study our roots and our people, we're still studying our people. And we're at a different level of study now. We're not studying what black people do, post-traumatic slavery syndrome, all that. We already know that. But we have to make an even deeper study. What is the detail? What does the white man give the Negro that makes him sell out other Negroes? After they've been preached to and sung to and fiddled to for years on end, what makes the Negro's heart not soften to reality? Because white man just uses up, right? That's what we're studying right now. We already got why they do this, why they do. We already understand that. And we understand our people, and we overlook their faults, and we love them. What's possible? We have to teach them what's possible. Certain other things like technology is controlling us now. You notice how fast technology is moving? A kid that was born a few years ago, some don't even know what the doggone telephone is. You know, like, they don't know. We didn't jump from the 20th century to Star Trek just like that. You can push any button on that thing and get any subject, a detailed subject, within a few minutes. And you can print out as many copies as you want of any detailed study. Instead of going to the library like we used to, the library, all you do is type in the subject, right? And you have to select what you want. There's 50 detailed lectures on the thermodynamics of revolution, or anything that may not right? And if you go and talk to people about that subject, you would be considered an expert on that subject. Yeah, because any question they ask you, you didn't have to run down to the library and waste all your time. You read 10 articles of summaries of that subject. And you got it. So we have to control technology, not technology control us. Right now, money, production, the dumb white folks, I call them dumb, they are very dumb. You know why? They're developing machines, robots, right? That will produce almost anything they want. But the human being that would buy their machines, they're getting rid of the human being because they don't need them. If a human being don't have any damn money, to buy all of the machines and stuff that the robots can produce. It's insanity, right? It's insanity. So what if they don't have jobs? Remember, they're putting people out of work, right? Because they make more money if they have a robot do it. Well, if you have people put out of work, pretty soon they're not going to have any money. You can't buy the stuff that the robots produce at McDonald's. They give you a car. If you want to buy a car, they used to have 2 years, you bought a car in 2 years, something like that. Now, somebody told me the car notes are spread out over 5 or 10 years, something like that. How many years did they buy cars? A car?
Yeah, I don't, probably a 10-year car note. I think that's pretty normal.
A 10-year car note?
Yeah, I would think, like at least a new model. Like,
yeah,
new model, of course.
Yeah.
They just renting it.
Yes. Why? Because you can't afford to go get it. They're going to stick all that stuff on you. Yeah. Right? And just before you pay for the car, it's going to start tearing up. Even if you got a 5-year card, you know what I mean? 5 years? It's a long time. Okay. We have to take charge of our life. We have to explain to people why we have to take charge of our life. We have to explain to people that the 99% that they thought about is correct. We have to take our time and explain to them that if they want true freedom, right, they have to some kind of way. We tell them we want amnesty. Amnesty from car notes, amnesty from house notes, right? Amnesty. We want amnesty. Who owns everything? Well, we have to explain to them that the bank owns all of that. So even if they give us amnesty, they still own 40% of the world, right? Even if we have to explain that to them. We have to explain to the people that first, you're not free. I think everybody knows that by now. We wrote years ago about constitutional dictatorships. It was in 99, but it was old, man. Constitutional dictatorship. So we have a big job, but this big job is a big opportunity. Design your own future, write your own future. Oakland was just the right size then. Now Oakland is just the right size for where we're going. It's just right for our destiny. Everybody's there, Arabs, immigrants. They used to have a saying, all roads lead to Rome. Rome was the great empire. All over the world, all roads, there's two, led to Rome. But now all roads lead to the United States. All highways, all transportation lead to the United States. It's breaking down. 100 years ago or so, the British pound was kind of like a world currency. Greenwich time goes right through London. Whoever was a big power this time, everything money their way. Now, we have to educate people on what true freedom is and on what possibilities. See, it's not necessary for the human being to be in debt. It's not necessary. It's not necessary for us to have to spend all of our money, all of our energy working. We can choose how we want to live right now. You know, we can choose how we want to live. We can select how we want to live. We can select what stage in human development. Some people want to live in the 20s, 1920 technology. They could live in Arizona or somewhere. Other people want to be zoop in the future. Okay, you take California or somewhere and y'all go there. Right? And all in between. We don't need these big governments anymore. They are a problem. And the last thing we need is a military. We don't need an army. Well, what did you do with all those weapons? Give them away or sell them or melt them down and put a big stockpile of metal so you don't have to. Yeah, if we put all those ships and tanks converted back into metal, we wouldn't have to do any mining for at least 50 years, right? Yeah. We wouldn't have to do any for 100 years. Why? Because we would convert, whenever we would roll something out, we'd melt that down. There's just one tooth left in that gear. We'll melt it down and make more gears out. Right? We can do anything we want. We can have a 20-year recovery period where we're going to only work to make the earth the type of place we want to live in. We can visualize the earth 20 years from now. And then all we have to do is figure out how we're going to get it to be like that. Right? Of course it wouldn't take money to do it. But the human being has to be able to visualize. Now, they're not going to jump there. That's Grand Columbia. What we have to do, no, is an intermediate stage. We have to, within the next few years, ease with all this technology. We have to ease the human being and show him how. Next 5, 10 years. It has to be a combination of tangible, intangible. Intangible is the picture, the vision, what we're working for. Tangible is something that solves the physical problems now. We need to do physical work now. Well, we got some millions of people. We're going to put you on boats with big barges. And we're going to have you clean up the ocean. Some is going to clean up the night right near your home. Right. They could live right there near the beach, on the beach, and they go out scuba diving or whatever, right? Yeah. By the hundreds, by the thousands, technically by the millions. We have one group in the carbon defense industry, call it, say like DC or Oakland, we plant 1 million trees in the Bay Area. We'll plant a billion trees in America, right? We'll plant 1 trillion trees around the world, sure, right? Clean up the air, right? Yeah, sure, that's all we got to do. We'll recycle everything we have. We don't need any new plastic. We'll get all the plastic out of the ocean. In fact, some people are doing that already. We'll get all the plastic. In the meantime, we'll have some people, for a few years, they want to be educated in this new thinking and everything. Well, you can go to university. We'll teach you. And whatever you need, you'll be able to, some kind of way. We can do it. We can figure out how we're going to pay people to do this type of work. We can figure that out. We got all the sense in the world. All we got to know is where we want to go. And we can figure out how we're going to get there later. You see what I mean? We're not limited. This is the thing that's killing everybody. Limited butthole thinking. They're only thinking about their butthole and then feeding themselves and then going to the bathroom when it goes to. That's it. They're not, okay. Before you can have a real transition, you have to have a higher quality of people. We can't do what we're going to want to do the way we are now. It won't work. Because people aren't trained. They have no idea about it. So do you realize what we have to do? We have to teach people. This is an evolutionary process. We have to teach people. I mean, starting now. That's what we're talking about right now. The people that watch it, then we have to help teach you to move from stage 1, stage 2, just like going through elementary school again. So pretty soon, you got a little clarity. And along with that teachings comes ethics. Tazkiyah bil nafs. Will we make mistakes? Millions of them. Tons of them. Time you're going to try to bring in a new way, you're going to make mistakes, but it don't make no difference. We won't starve to death because we have a reservoir of food. We won't. The way you prevent homelessness is put people in the house before they become homeless. We got houses everywhere, right? People aren't living there. You know, most of the little towns, they're filling up with Latinos, a lot of small towns where white folks used to live all in the Midwest everywhere. Because they put a little factory there or something, and they work there for $2 an hour. And pretty soon, all the kids in the school are Mexicans, Salvadorians, and whatever. So, there is a type of revival going on in America, but the picture that the people have of that revival, the people that's doing it are not the people they visualize. What are they saying? Jews will not replace us. Well, look, those were police, phony Nazis, they weren't real Nazis. Because a real Nazi wouldn't, they wouldn't be our propaganda. The KKK, that's like putting on a KKK hood and everything. No. The police are KKK, they shoot everybody. Hell, I don't care if they KKK, who they are, they're shooting everybody, right? They're doing the job of the KKK in the police department. That's what they do. They are official. So nobody has to walk up and down the street talking about Jews will not replace us. We have to realize something. So goes California, so goes America. White people are now a minority in America. I mean in California. They will be soon. Not only blacks, mixed race, but in 50 or 60 years, all that stuff will be minor stuff. I hear that the biggest category of new kids is mixed race. They're everywhere. Little yellow babies running around everywhere. Right? And in California, they're not just black and white. They're Mexican and black, Mexican, Chinese, black. Pretty soon you'll ask, Mom, what's your lineage? She'll say, Filipino, white, Polish, da-da-da-da-da, black. What are you, Dad? Chinese. Chinese, Mexican, something or other, hell, who cares? Right? That's the way people are gonna, that's the way people are already starting to look like that. You know what I mean? They already starting to look like that. This whole thing about just race, they might still have a little skin tone, class of hair stuff maybe in 50 years. But that won't make no whole lot. It won't be like, you can't come in here because you're black. That stuff is, you know, hey. So we're entering a new world. We're entering it. What I say to people, let's help take the people into that new world. Let's help take people into that new world. So what we call our grand strategy is this: flawless psycho-negroid implementation. Don't worry about it, I'll spell it for you later. The grand strategy is flawless psycho-negroid implementation. Remember, just when I grew up, they had cascoid, mongoloid, and negroid. I don't know if you ever saw those are the three classes of people. Either cascoid, white, Caucasian, mongoloid, Asian. Some kind of Asian don't make no difference. But negroid, black, any kind of black. Those were the classes. You look in the old book, those are the three classes. Anything over 40 years on back, they have those classifications of peoples. The human being, the history, sociology, everything. Cascoid, mongoloid, and negroid, everybody. Followed one of them groups. They can't follow in them groups now. Right? They can't, hey man, what are you? Human being. What is your parent? They're humans too. Right? So now, the human being is already moving into a new world. So now, let's help take them to a good destination. You see what I mean? Yeah. The system is taking them. Technology is going crazy. Instead of us controlling technology, technology is controlling us. I see people walk into the wall, walk into everything. Oh, right? And people, they sit there, they text each other, sitting at the table, right?